There was a visual yesterday of, Jonathan and Robert Kraft sit together at the Patriot games they have forever. A lot of times like Bon Jovi or Jay-Z or someone famous is sitting next to him, but it's always Jonathan Kraft, Robert Kraft, right? And there was this visual yesterday as they were losing the Commanders, a team that traded their two best players. And I almost said Heineke, but it's Sam Howell, who Jonathan Allen called their franchise quarterback, of Jonathan Kraft. I don't know if he was looking at his phone, reading a text message, or just looking at his dad, and he essentially mouthed the word, "We're just not good enough." And it became like, I can't believe. Wait, Jonathan Kraft watching the New England Patriots in 2023 mouthed, "We're not good enough." That'd be like me saying it's hot in Arizona in the summer. Or, a company going bankrupt is having some financial trouble. Let's file that one under no shit. So maybe we could look into, like, are the Crafts going to do something? But them mouthing, "We're not good enough," is not a story. The team being 2-6 or 2-7 or whatever the hell the record is, headed nowhere fast, tells you all you have to do is watch them for 3 or 4 series and know this team stinks. They're going nowhere and nowhere fast. And if anything, every loss they have is good. Because when you're not good, every win is so pointless, right? It's like I talked about earlier with Burrow and Brian Flores. When you have the chance to lose when you're 2-11, there is no point to win any of those games. It does nothing because the majority of guys on your team are not going to be back. You're going to have a new quarterback. Like, winning a random game in the middle of the December when you are drafting second and it moves you to sixth is the dumbest business decision you can make in this billion-dollar industry. I will never support it. I have no problem with anyone trying to win in October, hell, even November. Like, I get why Bill's trying to win right now. Every game Bill loses, he's trying to win. Now, once we get to like Christmas, losing those last 3 games should be a mandate from the owner. I will always support. This is big boy business, right? There is no tanking in the NFL like there is in the NBA, where teams just literally tank the entire season. Same with baseball. But in the NFL, I do support, like, yeah, let's just throw out a bunch of practice squad guys the last 3 games of the season. No issue with that. Because I know, hell, I'm watching Eberflus yesterday. It's like, God, this guy's trying. That's the sad part about all these Bears losses. He's really, really trying to win. He looks terrible, by the way. I mean, he just looks like a guy who hasn't seen the sun in months. This job is aging him. Watch him on the sideline against the Saints. Like, God, I'd be shocked if he makes his return. And think about, so like the Kraft thing is one of the biggest nothing burger stories of all time. He literally was watching his team, who is terrible, and then he mouthed, "We're not good enough." I mean, thanks. Is the sky blue as well? Like, thanks, Captain Obvious. Obviously, the internet loves to make this stuff something bigger than it is, but it's what everyone's thinking. In the stadium watching that game, every Patriot fan watching that game, hell, every person that roots for the Washington Commanders watching Belichick's team. And speaking of the Bears, they signed Sweat to like a 4-year, $98 million deal and gave him over $70 million. This is what I said on the trade when I couldn't wrap my head around it. There is no way, even on the open market, anyone was offering a guy that is a consistent he's not a double-digit sack guy every year basis, $70+ million. Now, because it's free agency, guys get overpaid. Look at McGlinchey, right? Starting right tackle, Sean Payton gives him $50 million. Honestly, probably $10 million guaranteed more than other teams were even willing to pay. So you pay a premium once you hit free agency. Sweat, anyone offering that guy $60 million guaranteed on the open market? Maybe, in that 55, 60, because he's probably ideally a $45, $50 million guaranteed guy. So you add another 10 on top of it, but no one's giving him that contract. And this is what I said. If you want this guy, why don't you just buy him on the open market? You could just make him an offer that he can't refuse and also keep your 2nd-round pick. I will never support what they did. I think it's just awful NFL business because the pick they gave up is just too valuable. That pick's going to be 34, 35, and you gave him a contract, which you would have gladly given him in the free agent market. Hell, even if that $70 million guaranteed or 71, whatever the exact number was, you had to go to 78 just to make sure you got the guy. So be it. What that extra $6-7 million is worth keeping that second round pick. So I still can't get over that move.